Happy homeschooling.
So, we're making chocolate chip cookies.
Yes, Nicola has a task for school today. That's to make something in the kitchen. So he's going to make some chocolate chip cookies. The best chewy chocolate chip cookies. I'll put the recipe in the description. So Nicola,
Yeah.
I'm going to start with the bowl. You've washed your hands?
Yep.
Yes. Right.
And also we do have 2 towels in our pans though.
I start with, we need 265 grams of sugar. So the recipe says half a cup of 100 of granulated and 165 of brown sugar, but I don't have any brown sugar. Now I do have some icing sugar that I need to use.
And
so we're going to start with this one.
Also we do have chocolate chips.
Yes, we'll get to those in a minute. Pour it in. All of it. So that is 114 grams. We need to add that up to, don't touch it. We need to add more until we get to 265.
Yeah.
Ready? You help?
Yeah. All of it?
No, not all of it, just to 265. Can you read the scales?
22 and 1.
221. 255, 261, 268. That'll do. You need a teaspoon of salt. Give me your hand.
I need salt.
Salt. Chuck that in. Yep. Half a cup or 115 grams of unsalted butter or any butter that you have. I've only got Western Star salted. 115. Oh, it's just coming out of the fridge. Chop that in half. Otherwise it'll melt all over the microwave. 1, 2, a little more.
Got a little hot.
That's not enough. Or is it?
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
In the microwave.
Can you put this in the microwave?
Yeah.
Close the door and just press the start button once.
Can I get it?
Is that done? Yep. Butter's done? Yep. That'll do. Careful. Is it hot? Yes. Just be careful. Alright, that'll melt down a little more while we're waiting. We need to put in a whole teaspoon of vanilla extract. So hold this. So this is half a teaspoon. Yeah. So it means that you need 2 of them to make a whole teaspoon. Yeah. Okay? So you hold that. Yeah. Excuse me.
Put in that.
Right, you hold it steady.
Like a little medicine.
Yes, 1. And 1 more. Yep. Whisk. Okay, get a whisk for me.
Okay, and I'm gonna whisk it.
You ready?
Yeah.
Just mix that up a little bit now.
Yeah, that's enough whisk.
It's not enough whisk. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and you need to combine all the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients, Nicola.
Like I'm making a bowl out of clay.
Yep. So we need to whisk this until, look, I help, like this. We need to whisk this until there's no lumps. So it needs to be smooth. Is this smooth? No. Sorry, Nicola. And it probably doesn't help that I used old icing sugar, because that's not going to help.
That
What are you doing?
yucky.
It's not, it looks yucky, but it's not. Jeez, Nicola, you can whisk so very well. 1 egg.
1 egg. I'm cracking the egg.
Crack it into this bowl. so I can fish out any shell that you leave in. Just crack it on the bench. Yep.
Oh.
Try not to let it fall out. Over the bowl, Nicola. Yeah, it's not going to come out quickly. You just let more air into the shell. Yeah, like that. Oh. Bleh. Okay, you did it without any eggshell. Hooray. No. Still lumps. You okay? There are lumps.
And then we're gonna pop in the egg.
Yep, can you pop in the egg?
Yeah. Pour it in. It looks very smooth.
It is. There's still a little lumpiness in there though. Yeah, I think we're nearly there.
If you're just a kid and you're doing it on your own, don't even do it. Wait for your parents.
Very good advice, Nicola. Unless you're like 13 or 14.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, that'll do. Put the flour in another bowl. 155 grams of flour, which is this.
I'm helping you do it.
Yes, you are. And then half a teaspoon of baking soda. So let me just dry off that half teaspoon that I've just washed. Can you put one flat scoop of that in the bowl?
Okay.
Usually, Nicola, you wouldn't put your fingers in the ingredients, but because you've washed your hands, that's okay. Put it in the bowl. Good.
What is it?
155 grams of flour.
If you can't do it on your own, just ask your parents.
Yes.
But if you're 18, you can do it on your own.
Yes. Really?
Or 15.
149, 156. Done. You hold the sifter over this. Yes?
And hold the hand.
Yep. No. Hold it that. No. Hold with that hand, and then you wind with that one. So it has to stay over, so don't move it just yet. Trying not to make a mess. Oh, it's not going in the sifter. Hey. Come on. Oh, it did not go in the sifter. That's okay. Yep. Just make sure it goes over the bowl, Nicola. Otherwise, that's not going to be enough flour and whatnot. Over the bowl. Yep. Wheel it again. Wind it again. Yep. And then when it's not really coming out, shake it like this, and then wheel it again. Should have run the icing sugar through the sifter. Silly mommy. See, there's little lumps in there now. That's not your fault, but that's just the flour clumping together. If it doesn't go through, that's okay. We'll just put it in the bin. Oops. I'm making more of a mess than Nicola would if he was by himself.
Oh, that's a big bowl on that.
Yes, it is. Shouldn't have used the whisk for this part. It's too lumpy.
Everything is dirty, but if you're doing it on your own, just ask your adult to help you.
Yep, thank you, Nicola.
And also, you do what your parents say. Which I
Always.
gotta
Which you do or don't? Do you?
I do what I do.
You do listen to me. We need 220 grams of chocolate chips. So this recipe says milk and dark. I've only got milk. So
I like the Oh, like some.
We'll wait until see if there's any left. There you go, 220 grams. Have one.
I'm gonna eat this.
So, 110 grams of milk and 110 grams of dark. And because I've got the big buttons, we're going to have to break them down. So, I usually just break them up with my hands. Because Nicola's starting to eat the chocolate.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you!
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Ah! What are you doing?
I want some extra.
Well, you can have one of these. Look how many spares I've got. Nicola, if you start eating the ingredients, then it will change the recipe, and the recipe might not be tasty. So that's why you always have spare.
What? One went down.
Yeah, I don't want floor chocolate in my cookies, thank you. No, don't put the floor chocolate. Oh, no!
Oh!
Oh, it's gone!
Now we have 3 more.
Right, mix it through.
Yeah, because we used up a lot of chocolate chips.
Yeah.
And I just smashed them like Hulk!
Just
But
this, we actually don't need this yet. We need to chill the dough for at least 30 minutes. Show you how to roll out a dough. It's been a while since I've done this, but I'm pretty sure that I can pull it off.
yeah.
Pretty sure.
Do you even know what we're making again?
Excuse me. Right, so you get your thing, you get your dough.
Yeah.
Dump it on your baking paper. If you had brown sugar in this, it would.
Just
No, it would melt, like it caramelizes when it hits something wet. You can fake a caramelization on like a parfait dessert by just sprinkling a little bit of brown sugar in between layers, and it looks like and tastes like caramel, which is essentially melted sugar. I fear that I've done this wrong.
yeah, we do it
Right, so I'm going to,
like a
I've
roll.
overcooked it, put too much on there, so I'm just going to move half onto the original piece of baking paper. There we go. Right, so
Oh my god. If you're just 5 and I'm 5, I can't even do it on my own. But I can help my mummy.
this has been a OH&S message from the Victorian government.
Yes.
Yes. Then we get something flat like our chopping board. How do we do this again? There is a way for us to do it. Like this, fold it over like that, get your flat thing. And you push it until it forms it's forming a log, look. So the good thing about this method is that you don't have to cook all your cookie dough at once, if you don't want to.
But we don't even want to cook it.
No, we don't. Not now. Come on. No. Fold it over like that.
And then you just grab your flat thing.
Grab your flat thing and push. Push it out.
Push it out on the other one too.
Yep.
If you like to
And this
do
is
one,
up.
you can do one. For your own.
Yeah. Alright. Do it again. We let one side go. We hold one side down and we leave the other side flappy so it can form its own log shape.
Like the
It
other
also
one
helps
like
if there's
this.
not cookie dough everywhere. Done. So then you can freeze this and just chop off as many pieces as you want,
With a sharp knife.
or with any knife because it's just made out of butter. It doesn't need to be sharp. Freeze one of them for an hour.
In the
And then
freezer.
in the freezer, yes. and then we'll come back and roll them out and bake them.
Guys, so
Back again. I'm just gonna do baking paper again. What are you doing? Oh, you're washing your hands. So this is our frozen log of cookie dough. I'm just gonna chop it up like this,
oh
and then smush it together into balls, Nicola,
yeah.
and roll it like this.
I want to roll it too.
Okay.
Give me.
Another one. I've done them all. I'm just gonna do 6. 6, 6. Do 6.
66.
6. Ball. One more.
One more.
One more.
Is chopper with a knife or a spatula?
Spatula.
Shove knife or butter knife?
There we go. Okay. Wrap this back up, put it back in the freezer. Now, the cookies are finished.
Yeah, and I got
And
this
see,
on.
look, that's how they look.
Yep.
We just gotta wait. They just come out of the oven. They're gonna cool down and go a little bit hard.
Yeah.
So we can eat them once they cool down a little bit, because otherwise they fall apart. So what are we saying, Nicola? We're finished.
We're finished.
We're finished. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.